Members, it is vision that Texas needs right now, and it is vision that is sorely missing from this budget. Right now, Cameron County, my home district, in my home county in my district, has the highest unemployment rate in Texas, all of Texas. How do we change that? Through investment? Yes. Not through cuts. But for Cameron County, this budget defunds nearly 500 ISD jobs, which will lead to even more jobs being lost in the private sector. Nearly 1,000, Senator Hinojosa, ISD jobs will be cut in Hidalgo County. Where is the vision for my district's economic future in this budget? Where is the hope that I can talk to my constituents about? Governments are supposed to give people hope, not a headache. Some have argued that in hard economic times we need to be like a family or a business, that we need to live within our means. But these are false comparisons. Governments are not about businesses. They're not businesses. Governments do not have the option of cutting their losses and walking away. Governments have moral responsibilities. And in hard times, families spend their savings or take on night jobs before they stop providing their kids with what they need. Why? Because they love their children. And they have a vision for their children's future. They will do whatever it takes to give them the start they need in life. You've heard me talk about my dad many times, and my dad had a vision for his family. He taught us to give. He taught us to give. He didn't regard sharing as taking. Even in hard times, he made sure that we were generous to those even less fortunate than us. He never forgot that as God's children, we belong to one another. We belong to one another. Members, the people of this state understand these things as well. Texans recognize that budgets are moral documents, that budgets are about what we believe we owe to each other as human beings. Texans know they need medication, hospital treatments, protective services, quality schooling, a stable home environment, and a safe border. I thank Senator Williams for working so hard on that issue. In their hearts, Texans appreciate that the ability of people to afford these things should not be the deciding factor whether or not they receive them. That's not a socialistic idea. It is a biblical one, as I read the greatest book ever written. The Bible commands us to not, quote, not harden our hearts, nor close our hands to our poor brothers, but freely open our hand to Him and generously lend Him sufficient for His need. It's in the Bible. Members, there are people in this state who are dying because they can't afford to live. We have over 1 million children in this state who don't know where their next meal is coming from. If you don't believe me, please come to my district. I will show you poverty. I will introduce you to those we are entrusted to care for. But I think I'm not privy for that setting. I think you can find it throughout our great state, unfortunately. But caring for one another in a society costs us all something. The most important things in life, like caring for those in need, always costs something. Life does have a fiscal note. Members, we need a pro-life budget, one that safeguards life and breathes vision into our communities. Earlier this week, Senator Patrick, I told him I voted for House Bill 15, the sonogram bill that you were sponsoring, Senator. I voted for it because I strongly believe that people should understand the gravity of their decisions. I want us to reflect on the gravity of our decisions today. I am not certain we fully understand what we are doing with this budget, especially with a worse version that will undoubtedly come back from conference. That's my ultimate concern. But unfortunately, there is no sonogram provision in our budget process. No one is going to force us to visit people with special needs and say, the services you need are being cut. No budget provision compels politicians to tell single mothers working to get by that full-day pre-K, unfortunately, has been cut. We need a budget that mandates state government to choose life from conception to natural death. That's what I live for. This session, we have already passed bipartisan legislation out of this chamber that protects life. But this budget is not one of those bills, unfortunately. Not for my district. Maybe not for yours. That is why I am voting no. I understand that a no vote, I understand what it means. It means being blamed, Senator West. That was made clear last night. Well, that's fine. Blame me. Blame all of us who vote no. But blame us for demanding more for our schools. And blame us for standing up for the poor. Blame us for insisting that we fund the state's moral responsibility. Go ahead and blame me. You know why? Because I am at peace. I'm at peace, members. I'm at peace today with my decision. This is one of the easiest votes I have ever taken. I am not scared to return home to my district and explain my actions. I have peace in my heart. I hope you do too. I went to Mass this morning at 7 a.m. I think God really wanted me to be there, because what was read in the respiratorial psalm said, the Lord hears the cry of the poor. The Lord hears the cry of the poor. And to me, that's my consolation. That those that we leave behind or leave outside the doors of state government will have the graces of our Lord. And I've been here for 24 years. I know each one of you by name. I want you to know I care about you. And I prayed for you this morning, and I will continue to do so. Senator Estes, his prayer was very appropriate. He spoke about healing, and healing as a period of time in our lives that has to come to be. The last thing I want, members, is to offend you by my remarks or words today. But I am passionate to see no one left behind, especially those in my district that I know so well will be hurt by this budget. Finally, I hope that when we are through with this budget, we can get back to passing good laws that will lead to good public policy for the good people of our state. And I'm grateful to have an opportunity to work in this body, to find solutions, to find answers, and to address the needs of the people of our great state.